Hey there, YouTube. I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you had a good weekend. I'm not gonna lie, I feel kind of like I got a bit of a weekend hangover today. Our weather was dreary here. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, not one bit of sun. Maybe it peaked out once. I don't remember. And Saturday and Sunday, it kind of drizzled most of both of those days. So I was stuck inside. And the last couple of years, I never really had this before, but the last 2 or 3 years, I do not like gray days, or I don't like a chain of gray days. They really mess with my mood. But anyhow, thought today to start the week off, we would talk about 3 tips for sustainable raw vegan weight loss. Sustainable being the word, because you can lose weight. There's any number of gimmicks and stuff you can do to lose weight, but it's about, can you lose the weight and keep it off? And like I say, I really wish people would stop thinking it just in terms of losing weight, and how to feed the body, how to get as much good nutrition in the body as possible. I lost weight when I started this lifestyle, but that was not my focus. I was just focused on feeding the body. And I understand, though, I didn't have that much weight that I really had to lose. I think it can be desperation. I think sometimes when people have a lot of weight to lose, they don't necessarily think clearly about it, and I probably wouldn't either, because if you've got 100+ pounds to lose, all you're thinking is just getting that weight off. But I feel for people a lot of times, and I don't know that I can convey the how, to people all the time, and it's just got to be hell not to have control over your food. And conversely, I just want to tell you something: if you've never experienced that, to have absolute control over your food. And what I mean by control, I don't mean perfect eating and you're like a robot and you never eat anything that's not the best for you or whatever, but you're in control in the sense that you choose. You don't just like, I fell off the wagon, or, oh, I tried to hold on and I just fell and ate this. I don't ever eat anything because I eat some things sometime, like on a day, and I'm like, not my best choice, but I'm deciding to eat this today. So if you can learn how to control your food, it's going to be so much more than just losing some weight or whatever. It's going to be a big mental release in life. And, after doing videos all these years, I have come to the conclusion that it's probably going to be harder for a lot of you people out there than it is for me. I think it's the psychological part of it. It's really harder when, say, you're in a family, and a lot of times it's the wife or the mama in the family, and you're the one trying to do this. Nobody else in the family is. In fact, nobody else in the family is interested. That's going to be hard, because you're trying to work with a unit, a team, a group, a family, and you're trying to do something completely different when you're going out to eat, when you're making family dinners, holidays, whatever. Whereas I've been alone. I've been by myself. I eat most of my meals by myself since doing this. So I do understand, but let's just try to think of a few practical things you can do. I always try to just think practical fixes to get more nutrition in you, to show you more natural way to do this, instead of like, okay, what's the program I'm going to write down? What should I do at 7? And then I do this, then I do that. One thing that I really like, that I don't necessarily do, but I recommend to other people, because most people and that is to drink 32 ounces of water before you eat. Whether you drink it first thing when you get up, or whether you like to wait a little bit, but I'll drink 30. If you're having a problem, throughout the day, you're having a problem losing weight, you tend to get hungry when you shouldn't. Drink 32 ounces of water to start the day. And ideally, and this will be dependent on if you have to leave the house and what your day looks like, ideally drink 32 ounces of water and wait an hour before you have your first meal of the day. That way you've got your stomach is kind of filled. A lot of times we think we're hungry and we just need to hydrate a little bit. And that is just one of the best ways to start the day. It's just going to start you out on a positive note. It's going to help with your digestion. It's going to delay, being so ravenous hungry so quick. So start off that day with 32 ounces of water. Now, I hesitate to use the term intermittent fasting, because I just see so much garbage out there in relation to intermittent fasting. Like, And you always see the younger folks, they got to try to take it to the edge and exaggerate. Oh, I intermittent fast and I only eat for 1.5 hours a day. I'm like, what are you, out of your freaking mind? What do you do? Are you like a hog or something? You just, all your day's food is put in a big bowl and you just spoon it in your mouth. God, I could not imagine that. For me, I almost hesitate to call it any form of intermittent fasting because I'm not trying to do anything. It took me a while until, a lot of times I'll go look at I'll go back and I'll look at an old What I Ate Today video and I'll see what time I was talking about eating. And that's just my way of doing things. I generally consume all my food of the day between 9 o'clock and 5 o'clock. Usually ending around 4 o'clock. So, I've got I guess I'm intermittent fasting for 16 hours. But once again, not trying to. I just kind of find like that works for me. I'm not into eating at night. Don't know what to tell you. Every time I mention the fact that, and sometimes I'll finish. Like if you follow me on Instagram, in my stories, I'll have a salad or a smoothie or something. And sometimes it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon when I'm finished eating for the day. And people are just so shocked by that. Like I'm restricting myself. And they're like, how do you do this? How do you not eat in the evening? As if my little hands have minds of their own. And like what's it called? Cousin It in the Addams Family. Like my hands are just going to go, take me to the kitchen and get food. It's like, I don't eat at night because I feed myself during the day. I feed myself a lot of food. I eat till I'm satisfied. I don't restrict myself. So by the time I'm done for the day, I've got enough. I'm just not really tempted there. I will tell you this, and that this is where laziness comes into play. There are certain nights where every once in a while I'll be watching something on TV and I'm like, I wouldn't mind having such and such. Maybe I wouldn't mind having some pistachios, or maybe I wouldn't mind making a small bowl of ice cream. But I'm too lazy because I've already brushed my teeth. And I don't really need it. And I'm also not laying there going, oh my God, I really want it, I really want it, I really want it. In fact, it's more just like this boring conversation in my head like, yes, nuts would be good right now. Those pistachios would be good. And I'm like, yeah. And the other voice, yeah, but you gotta brush your teeth. You've already used your water pick. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't want to do it. But it's not, like I say, it's just for a minute and it's just kind of like, just hand to mouth type stuff. I'm not hungry in the evening because I feed myself during the day. And I feed myself big meals. I'm telling you, I always like to try to, kind of throw a reminder out there. If it's your first video or if you've never watched one of my many, there probably must be 1,000 by now, What I Ate Today videos. Go watch my videos and see the kind of calories I'm packing away and really pay attention. Like I shared an acai bowl on Instagram last week, or maybe I shared it in my Facebook page. And somebody said, somebody said something like, did that keep you full? That's not a lot of calories. What's that, like 300 or 400 calories? And I'm like, oh no, God no, but you're not very good at identifying calories. I started adding it up. I said, the base has this many bananas, and acai pack 500. In other words, that's not the point. But by the time I had it finished up, I'm like, no, this acai bowl had probably 700 to 900 calories in it. And that's like all my food. It's like got a lot of food in it. So tip number 3 is keep your belly full, but with good stuff. And like another saying I've worn into the ground, it's almost a Jack cliche, is the cleaner you eat, the more you can eat. One thing you should eat every day, especially if you're trying to lose weight, hell, I eat one at least 5 days a week, and I'm not trying to lose weight, is a big salad. And when I say a big salad, once again, I go back to my last What I Ate Today video, or go back to any one of my I Ate Today videos, and see what I'm talking about when I'm talking about a big salad. Most people that are new to this lifestyle, most people that don't do this lifestyle, have no idea what we're talking about when we mean a big salad. 1 second here. This is my feeding bowl. I pretty much eat everything out of here. Look at how big that is. See the scale? I fill this thing up. I generally, with my salads, I'll use a whole head of red leaf lettuce. I use chopped broccoli, I use chopped cabbage. What else? I chop up some cucumbers. I put some fermented. I usually put some fermented cabbage on top. I'm going to start doing my own sauerkraut this week, by the way. And I put some lentil sprouts on there. But without the salad dressing on there, with all that food that's so dense and is going to fill your stomach up for some time, before I put any salad dressing on there, I mean, there's not a lot of calories in there because we're talking lettuce, broccoli, purple cabbage, cucumbers, sprouts, fermented. So there's not a lot on there. You know, if you're in the losing phase, put a no-fat salad dressing, put a low-fat salad dressing, and that's why I'll throw her name out for the 100th time, Melissa's Raw Food Romance. And that one book that I really, really recommend is Plant-Based Dips, Dressings, and Sauces, something like that, because it's got 3 different sections. It's got no-fat recipe, salad dressings, and it's got a ton of them. I bet you it's got 75 to 100. It's got low fat, and then it's got more moderate fat recipes. Every single day, do those 3 things. 32 ounces of water before you eat in the morning. Close that window of when you're eating. Go from 9 to 5. That's 8 hours of eating. Or maybe, you can adjust it 8 to 3, 9 to 5, but not do that. It does work. It does work, but I really discourage you from trying to go further with that and say, well, I'm going to like I said, intermittent fast and only eat for 3 hours. And then number 3, eat yourself a big salad every day. If you just do those 3 things, just incorporate those 3 things with the other things you're doing, and you're also filling yourself full of good nutrition, because that big salad, what are we talking there? We're talking 6 or 7 different things in there. Great for the gut biome. All of that stuff is healthy stuff, good stuff that works for you, and it's also going to fill you up. So a lot of this stuff is really just learning how to figure it out, work it out day by day. Just keep yourself full. It's not a diet. And as long as you keep doing your challenges and trying to look for a program and something all formal and whatever, diets have never worked. Think of how many diets. I mean, I'm 58 years old, and I can think of all the diets that have come and gone. Any diet you do, there's a ton of diets you can get on and lose weight. I could teach you how to lose weight in 10 different ways, but are you going to keep it off? So anyhow, that's enough for today. I'm just starting to ramble. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. We'll see you here either tomorrow or Wednesday. Peace.